Nestled deep in the moss-draped swamps of Louisiana stands a grand old Southern mansion. To the naked eye, it's a beautiful relic of antebellum history, but behind its graceful columns and blooming gardens lies a chilling secret. Whispers echo in the halls, shadows dance without light, and visitors claim to encounter something not quite human. The Myrtles Plantation is located in St. Francisville, Louisiana, a small, picturesque town that seems frozen in time. Built in 1796 by General David Bradford, this mansion has survived the centuries with its haunting charm intact. But the Myrtles is no ordinary Southern home. Over the years, it's become known as one of the most haunted places in America. Paranormal investigators, thrill seekers, and even skeptics have traveled from all corners of the world, all hoping to catch a glimpse of the spirits that reportedly never left. They say this house is built on blood, and according to legend, at least 10 murders have occurred here. But how much of that is true? And how much is folklore passed from one terrified guest to another? Let's step inside. Perhaps the most infamous ghost said to haunt the Myrtles is Chloe, a former enslaved woman who worked inside the house. According to legend, Chloe was owned by Judge Clark Woodruff, one of the early residents of the plantation. She may have been forced into a relationship with him. She may have eavesdropped on private conversations to protect herself from punishment. But one day she was allegedly caught and had her ear cut off as punishment. From then on, Chloe wore a green turban to cover the scar. But Chloe's story turns darker. The tale goes that in an act of revenge, or perhaps desperation, she baked a cake laced with poisonous oleander leaves. Her intention was to make the judge's family sick. Not kill them, but the result was fatal. His wife and 2 daughters died soon after. When the other slaves discovered what Chloe had done, they feared punishment from their masters. In a brutal twist, they dragged Chloe outside and hanged her from a tree on the plantation grounds. Her body was supposedly thrown into the Mississippi River, but her spirit, they say, never left. To this day, visitors report seeing a woman in a green turban lurking in photographs, standing silently in hallways, or peering through windows late at night. Chloe isn't the only ghost said to call the Myrtles home. One of the most chilling stories involves a mirror inside the mansion. According to custom in the 1800s, mirrors were covered after someone died to prevent their spirit from becoming trapped inside. But after the death of Sarah Woodruff and her daughters, the same victims from Chloe's story, one mirror remained uncovered. Visitors claim to see ghostly handprints on its surface. Some even say the faces of Sarah and her daughters appear in the glass, staring back with empty eyes. Then there's the tale of the grand staircase, where an unidentified man was shot and reportedly died, crawling up the stairs, bleeding with every step. Tourists claim to feel cold spots and hear footsteps when no one else is there. And there's the little girl who supposedly tugs on people's clothing, asking for help, then vanishes before their eyes. But let's pause and ask, how much of this is legend and how much is truth? Historians have combed through public records, searching for evidence of the many deaths said to have occurred on the property. Some discoveries tell a different story. For example, there is no official record confirming that Chloe ever existed, nor do we have proof that Sarah Woodruff or her daughters were poisoned. In fact, only one recorded murder has ever been verified at the Myrtles. It happened in 1871, when a man named William Winter was shot on the front porch. Mortally wounded, he staggered inside and collapsed on the 17th step of the staircase. And here's where legend and history meet. Guests still claim to hear footsteps echoing up the stairs, stopping at that very step, number 17. Over the years, dozens of paranormal investigators have visited the Myrtles Plantation. Some claim to have captured spirit orbs. Others have recorded disembodied voices whispering names. Electronic voice phenomena, or EVPs, sometimes reveal words like "get out" or "help me." There have been reports of beds shaking, chandeliers swinging, and doors slamming shut for no reason at all. Even skeptics admit the place feels heavy. I've been to dozens of so-called haunted locations, but the Myrtles is different. There's something ancient there, something watching. One photo, taken in the 1990s, shows a shadowy figure believed to be Chloe, half visible between 2 buildings, standing eerily still. The National Geographic even featured it in a special about unexplained mysteries. Some believe the land itself is cursed. Before the plantation ever existed, this region was home to Native American tribes. There are rumors that the property sits atop an ancient burial ground, disturbed and desecrated by early settlers. Could it be that the spirits haunting the house are not only victims of murder and tragedy, but guardians of a deeper, forgotten history? Some believe the house acts like a battery, storing the trauma and pain of centuries past and releasing it through cold drafts, strange apparitions, and ghostly echoes. Despite its reputation, the Myrtles Plantation continues to operate today, not just as a tourist attraction, but as a bed and breakfast. Yes, you can spend the night there, if you dare. Guests have reported waking to find their blankets pulled off, hearing children's laughter in the halls, and even seeing a figure standing at the foot of their bed. Some rooms are said to be more haunted than others, especially the old children's nursery and the judge's room, where Chloe may still linger. Some guests check out early, others never want to leave. Why do places like the Myrtles hold such power over our imagination? Psychologists say haunted locations tap into our deepest fears: isolation, darkness, death, and the unknown. A creaking floorboard becomes a footstep, a flickering light becomes a spirit, and a centuries-old house becomes the stage for our darkest nightmares. But maybe, just maybe, we're not imagining everything. Whether you believe in ghosts or not, one thing is certain: the Myrtles Plantation is a place where stories refuse to die. It's a place where history breathes and the past bleeds into the present. A place where every gust of wind might carry a whisper, and every shadow could be something watching. So if you ever find yourself in St. Francisville, Louisiana, take a walk under the Spanish moss, but don't wander too far after dark, because at the Myrtles, the dead don't rest. If you enjoyed this journey into the supernatural, don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more haunted history, and hit the bell so you never miss a scare. Have you ever experienced a haunting? Tell us in the comments below and stay curious.